an accomplished academician, technology advisor, corporate leader, mentor, and social contributor with extensive experience across education, banking, industry, technology, and entrepreneurship. And with a profile like that, it is so impressive. I think it's safe to say that today we didn't just invite a guest speaker, we invited an entire library of experience. Professor Reddy holds a BE in Mechanical Engineering with first class and distinction and MTech in Industrial Management from IIT Madras, along with qualifications in Public Enterprise Management, Intellectual Property Rights, LLB, and CAIIB. He has held several leadership and academic positions and is currently associated with organizations including Me at AI India Initiative, Osmania University, Ramki Group, Voyant Solutions, Triveni Foundation, Sagar Asia, VYST under CII, Seminar LLC USA. His contributions to artificial intelligence and emerging technologies are particularly noteworthy. He has recently led a team that contributed a 64-page special section on artificial intelligence for Manorama Yearbook 2026 and was honored with an AI promotion and award at National Education Conclave organized by the week. A recipient of National Merit Scholarship, 2 gold medals, and a World Bank Institute silver medal, Professor Reddy has also served on boards of several companies and contributed extensively as a visiting professor, mentor, and resource person. With his vast experience in AI technology, education, entrepreneurship, corporate governance, and social development, he brings invaluable insights for students and young professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm and enthusiastic welcome to our distinguished guest, Professor G. Surender. Santosh Kumari is a professor of management with over 25 years of experience in teaching, training, research and academic leadership. She has served in key administrative roles at Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, including Coordinator, Directorate of Academic Planning, IQAC Coordinator, NAP Coordinator, ISHE Nodal Officer, and RUSA Nodal Officer. She has conducted numerous faculty development programs, leadership workshops, and NEP 2020 orientation sessions for higher education, which we were also a part of and were genuinely very insightful. Her experiences include leadership, organizational behavior, entrepreneurship, innovation, NEP 2020, and workplace readiness. She has carried over 130 academic and professional programs, published research papers, and edited international conference proceedings. A passionate educator, mentor, and author, she is committed to nurturing future-ready graduates through innovation, interdisciplinary learning, and entrepreneurial thinking, aligned with the vision of NEP 2020. Now I'll hand it over to ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Now I invite our beloved principal ma'am to start. Let us hear about welcome address. Maybe not more than 2 or 5 minutes now.
So good afternoon. everyone. I'll not take much time. It's my pleasure to be part of this panel discussion on entrepreneurship. In fact, I'm running parallel programs on entrepreneurship. Today we have an MTP going on there. Faculty members are also trained on entrepreneurship, so are the students. So I'm really blessed to have with us one, Professor Surender Reddy Babu, who's very passionate about AI and also entrepreneurship, apart from social responsibility. Then we have Mr. Sarath, who left his very lucrative job in USA and started his own enterprise. Whenever I see him, I ask a lot of questions to him. So because very smooth going life, he left and taken up entrepreneurship. That too in the tech front is not so easy. And of course, Santosh Kumari was a very senior faculty member here. I said she is the right person to have a moderator here. So we requested her and she's here. And it's really, I appreciate the efforts of Dr. Harika, who took this initiative and doing a lot of programs in IIC. So students use this opportunity. There must be doubt in your mind. Should I go for a job? Should I go for entrepreneurship? So we have two leading people here. You can ask them questions. I know there are tech guys who are very much interested, something hidden. Please unleash that, talk to them, clarify, go ahead. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Good afternoon again. Respected principal, distinguished participants, our panelists, and fellow faculty members here present. I only see Dr. Harika here. And yes, the most importantly, our beloved students of BBA and MBA present here in this boardroom. A very warm welcome to you. Today's afternoon session is on IIC and UCMH sponsored panel discussion on the topic of entrepreneurship, validation, and startup development. Isn't that exciting, guys?
Yes.
I want energy.
Yes.
Yes. Let me begin with a simple question. Listen carefully. How many of you have had, or will have in the future some business idea at some point of time? Raise up your hands. Very simple question, okay? Raise your hands. Alright. Keep those hands up. If you have tested your idea, validated it, and found your customer can buy your solution. Rest of the people, go down. If you are going to only put your hands up, if you have already tested your idea, validated it, or found your customer where you can offer some solution. Did you? Yes. Give me your hands. Wow. One, we don't know. Maybe he's the future venturist who will walk away with a business idea. And down the line, 2 years, we will call him as a founder here. And I will be hosting his show. Good luck. Yes. And how is the name?
Ramesh.
Ramesh from which department?
Third year BBA.
Third year BBA. Well, we already have a few entrepreneurs here. Now, the difference between having an idea and validating your idea, that is where actually entrepreneurial journey begins. Do you agree with me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Because an idea is exciting. Everybody can have a bundle of ideas. Idea is excellent. But you know what's important? The problem you are solving is worth. Is valuable. If I ask you, if you knock down right now, you may actually come up with a lot of ideas, exciting ideas, isn't it? But what's important? Whatever problem-solving skills you have, if it is valuable, if you are creating value to that particular idea, is what important today. And today, rather than just simply talking about entrepreneurship as a concept or theory, we will talk about what actually happens when your idea meets a real customer. When a founder meets uncertainty, it's not like that every founder is having an easy peasy life. Yeah? No. explain the challenges and all. Now we also have panelists who will shoot up with the challenges and also will help you to overcome those challenges, because it's not just easy to address the chaotic life today. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Do you think that business is so smooth, guys?
No.
It's cruel, it's rude, it's cruel, isn't it? Does that mean that am I giving you a hint that, hey, stop, back out? Am I doing that? No, let me tell you, our entrepreneur mind says like, never go back, never say I died, we will take it to the grave. I'm fighting, I'm succeeding, I'm taking my ideas, nobody's listening to me, I'm taking it to the grave because I'm proud of my existence. That kind of stubborn mindset of an entrepreneur. Do we have that?
Yes.
Shall we have?
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. And how we are going to connect this panel discussion with our IIC, because UCMH has connected with the IIC, our institutional, Innovation Council. It has given an opportunity so that we can come together. It has brought us together to deal with different perspectives in the same room. Guys, we have 3 different perspectives. Okay? 1, the incubation perspective, the ecosystem, the technology, the institutional development. The other one, the founder perspective. Isn't it real? The founder, the CEO energy. Do you see in the same room? And yes, I'm going to facilitate your conversation on the academic and the management perspective, where I will be bridging this gap of, inconsistency. We are not going to have big shows, we are not going to have presentations, no PPTs, no claiming Everest stories and all. No, nothing. We are here simply answer some of the very realistic questions from our budding entrepreneurs that you. Are you ready for this game?
Yes.
So let's level up. And I think validation is pretty important. Having an idea, I said one part of the story, but validation is another part of the story. I feel it's significantly important. Before we talk about funding, branding, scaling, or even creating big teams, it's pretty important that we often ask one fundamental question. Can you guess what's that? One fundamental question we always forget in the marathon of entrepreneurship journey, the race of journey. Are we solving any real problem? Do you find actual buyers who can buy your solution? Basically. Or are you caught up in the journey of being an entrepreneur, running marathons, and getting businesses, and then, no, are you here to address your personal, problem, anybody's problem? In that scenario, I'm very fortunate enough to introduce our panelists today. I said as we have 3 perspectives here, we have with us Dr. Surender Reddy, whose experience brings to this very boardroom, very panel discussion room, the extensive experience of ecosystem, technology, innovation, and institutional development perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause. I am loving your energy, that's how it should be. We also have with us Mr. Sarath Babu, Yandrapalli, founder and CEO of Hyderabad, who brings the founder energy, the industry perspective, with extensive leadership experience, handling the chaotic, pragmatic situations. He knows how to overcome those situations, not run away, not escape, not running away. So I'm sure he has got a lot of business models, AI-driven, ML-driven, tech-driven hiring, tech-driven business ideas, and with the entrepreneurial lens. So, ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause again. Of course, I'm no one, just a moderator, okay? I will be seeing the show, which is moderator here, from the just academic perspective. I have to read out what exactly we have done. Don't waste your time anymore. only agenda today to make sure that whatever insights we hear today, that is not just left to the stage, but it will be useful to all the students in the future, where you can march forward towards the entrepreneurial journey. I promise that. One clearer understanding, you will get only 3 points here. I'm not going to give much more. All students, all participants, whether faculty, non-teaching, teaching, I'm sure I'm missing my other fellow faculty members here. You will have 3 things to take away with you. Okay? 1, a clearer understanding how to validate an idea. Please scribble. Somewhere you note it down. Because the whole panel discussion revolves around these topics only. Alright? Second point is awareness of the ecosystem and support that is pretty much available around us. And third, at least one action you can take if you wanted to explore entrepreneurship as serious. These are the 3 points with that. Let's begin not as a theory but as reality. Now I have some questions. I just wanted to show you the runway, how we are going to get the next 60 minutes. You don't have 60 minutes, but yeah, next 15 minutes. We are going to give 3 questions for the students to pulse check. Okay, so be ready with those questions and answers and all. And then expert round, followed by questions to each and every team. 3 separate questions will be planned. It's a surprise though. Right, and the 4th round would be a cross discussion about the same topic, but both of them will lead it equally. Okay? And then my favorite and our most favorite part is like students Q&A. Okay? And how can we leave these great Jains here without having a rapid fire? We just wanted to know so much from them, isn't it? So I'm going to have a rapid fire of 10 minutes or 5 minutes. And then that's all synthesizing and closing. So bear with me. I am going to ask questions. 5 minutes. Hello.
It's
Just show your hands if you know the answer already, because this is the pulse check. Because our panelists should have some scope to discuss around. You know what, guys? Listen to me carefully. We are very smooth talkers. You know that. We talk for hours, ages, years. If you leave the stage to me, we will crack this podium. So don't give us that kind of opportunity where we just only talk. So this is a stage where give us a check to what extent you are comfortable with the panel discussion questions, okay? Question number 1. How many of you would like to start a business someday? Raise up your hands. How many of you would like to start a business someday? Yes, me too, yes. You're my mentor, Surender sir. And I'm going to definitely meet you, Mr. Sarath. Yes. It's just for the idea, right? Question number 2. How many of you currently have business idea? How many of you currently have some business idea? I have. You don't have any business idea? Please raise up your hand. We all so greedy. I'm so greedy to have business idea. See, your founder himself has another business idea. Why not? Don't kill the energy, guys. Listen to the question carefully. Question number 3. Yeah, your round of questions will start later. Okay, this is my round. What do you think is the biggest barrier of business? Is it money? Raise your hand if you think money is the barrier. I don't have money, I don't started earlier, okay. How many of you say lack of knowledge? How many of you say lack of confidence? That's good. I'm so proud of you guys that most of them are very confident here except Dheeraj. Come to my class, I'll give you lots of confidence. How many of you see barrier is lack of mentor? Yes, I need a mentor. Surender sir, a big hint to you. I need a mentor. Yes. How many of you feel customers? You don't know about your own customers. How many of you say? Yes. I'm a little confused about my customer segment and all whenever I think about my business. Simply put, I don't know how to start. We have so many things I don't know how to start. Yes, I'm also skeptical. Sometimes I have a bundle of ideas. Sometimes even customers. I can drag my own colleagues. But I don't know where to start and how to start. Isn't it? Excellent, guys. Now let's keep those answers rest in our own mind. I leave to the panelists to challenge some of their assumptions, whether they're true, myth, blah, blah, blah. So here comes the first question. I'm feeling comfortable here, sir. I'm feeling comfortable here. My first question to Professor G. Surender Reddy garu. It's related to ecosystem, and he's going to answer those questions from ecosystem lens. Sir, when we talk about an innovation ecosystem, we often use terms like incubators, investors, mentors, policy, and funding. From your experience, what actually makes an ecosystem work, or rather than simply exist on paper? Over to you.
Friends, nice question. Let's start with the ecosystem. We are all part of the ecosystem. Ecosystem doesn't exist on paper, and ecosystem is not a place. It's a combination of so many factors, parameters, and players. Ecosystem includes the society and the community. It includes the government. It includes the economy as a whole. It includes educational system. It includes the economy and banking and finance and technology. These are all part of the ecosystem. It's a larger entity which is a blend of so many subsystems. Okay, and the economy, of course, is there. Some of you said money is the barrier. In my opinion, if you have a good business plan, everything will fall in place, including money. Because the most important thing in economy, what is embedded in economy? You look at the letters in economy, there is money embedded in it. Economy comprises of money. Money is the most important factor of production, the capital. Earlier we used to talk about 4 factors of production. Okay, land, labor, capital, and organization. And today, we have technology also as a factor of production. So therefore, it's a combination of so many players, so many subsystems. So they're all important. Incubators are important. Today we have, in addition to incubators, we also have accelerators. Okay, to speed up this whole process of entrepreneurship, promoting entrepreneurship. Many things are involved. I'm sure Mr. Sarath will add to my points. Yeah, please.
Good morning, all. One thing that is really interesting to see is that a lot of female audience here, guys, we are already outnumbered. That house is filled with a lot of women. Back in days when we are studying, actually, hardly have 2-3 girls in the class. But now I see hardly have 2-3 boys in the school. So, but it's really, really good, and also actually so fortunate to connect to the new generation in this way. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks, Arti, ma'am, for actually inviting us. One thing that I would suggest is that I'm not sure, as ma'am said, Santosh ma'am said, I don't know how many of you know Telugu. Non-Telugu guys, can you raise your hands? Okay, only 1, 2. Okay. But I want to want to say something. For entrepreneurship, you need three things. Telugu will say. Okay. First thing is that Konpichi, Montaveri, Motata. Okay. So it might be sounding like very unethical, but unless until you are so crazy, because rationally you take any idea, it can be proven that it can't be done on day one. And I can tell you statistically. Okay, why? Because out of 100 ideas on the startup that we take, 90 startups fail in first 3 years. In next 2 years, less than 5 years, 95 startup ideas fail. Only 5% of the ideas which actually can cross or sustain for 5 years are the ones which will survive. Which means that, for example, if you present an idea to any prospective investor or any faculty here, even if without reading, if they throw that proposal, they will still be 95% right. Right? But what makes that the gut feeling or whatever, that confidence that you have, knowing that statistically 95% of the startups fail, but still if you wanted to pursue, that's the reason you should have these three qualities. A lot of people will shoot you down. Every idea, for every month, in the initial days, it is very difficult. And other thing is that, one thing that I believe is that these ecosystems or accelerator incubators and all are only enablers. You should be the torchbearer. A lot of people actually, in fact, founders start thinking about the ecosystem, these incubators, accelerators. In the college they didn't teach us properly, or in the incubators they didn't offer something good. So accelerators, I don't know, no one gave us funding, something like that. So you need to have that will and wish to, no matter whatever it is, against all odds, how should I leverage that, and don't play that victim card. So this is not the, no one will arrange a bed of roses for your success and all. So
When you say victim card, I'm connecting another question, a follow-up question.
Yeah.
I'm coming up with, what if a student here has a business idea? What are the first 2 or 3 doors they should knock? Doors. They should knock.
See, fundamental, of course, while choosing an idea itself, you have a choice to choose between 2 things. One is mile-wide, inch-deep problem versus inch-wide, mile-deep problem. So you have to differentiate between these 2. I have one problem that I am trying to solve it for many people across multiple domains and all. Normally that is not encouraged. Okay? It's better to take inch-wide, mile-deep problem. Okay? That's the first way you have to choose the problem. Because the deeper the problem is, it's difficult to solve, but at the same time, if you solve it, you are going to succeed. The problem with mile-wide inch-deep problem is that a lot of people will accept it's a problem, but no one is ready to pay for it. Because it's not so deep, right? So that's one thing. Second thing is that 3 things that you should think of is basically, first thing is that, in my perspective, try to find one active customer at least ready to use your product. Forget about the money part. Okay, I liked it, I wanted to use it. So generally the standard strategy for a startup is to freemium to premium. Even if, for example, I'll tell you statistically, WhatsApp was with zero revenue, sold to at $15 billion. Now you'll be surprised, right? Why did Facebook pay $15 billion for a WhatsApp company which has zero revenue?
users.
Pardon?
They have users.
Yes, that's exactly. If there are users, monetization you can do a number of ways. So first get a user. If you are able to get a user, then more or less I think one way of validating. Okay. Second thing is that you should also talk to some of the people who can actually join with you. Second should be that. And the third is like even if someone writes like a 10,000 rupees check or a 1 lakh rupee check, it's basically a validation. Either from an investor perspective, like some investor writes a small check for you, or a customer. You might say that, sir, believe in me, give me 1,000 rupees. Maybe you wanted to charge 1 lakh for the customer at a later point of time. But if you are able to get some cash upfront, it's basically a validation. That's what I would suggest, madam.
Well, this idea gave me to catch students here. How many of you innovate? How many of you already have innovators? Do I have innovators here in the class? No? Okay, so I'm going to tap this particular gap and I'm going to definitely ask a question back to Dr. Surender Reddy garu. Where do you see the biggest gap among student innovators today? Problem identification, validation, execution, mentorship, or access to markets?
Innovation demands creativity, thinking differently. Okay, you have to do what is called out of the box thinking. Anybody? I was surprised that you didn't raise your hand. I'm sure every one of you is an innovator.
Yes.
Okay? You have been doing something different every day. So there is creativity in every one of you, and you can come up with innovation. It will not be a big thing. You can invent, buy new users for an existing product. Let me demonstrate to you. Okay? Just now. I'll stand up and demonstrate my own innovation. Okay, the latest innovation of mine. Okay, I'm not wearing tie. Okay? I'm not wearing tie. So what did I do? I used the tie pin because I'm not wearing tie. I converted that into a belt strap. Are you able to see the belt strap?
Yes.
This is the tie pin presented to me by Administrative Staff College of India. So I'm keeping this, using this to keep my belt in place. Okay? This is an innovation. Now, a follow-up innovation is if somebody wants to set up a new jewelry business, okay, exclusively for men. It's a great idea, isn't it? Now all jewelry shops cater for men. People think jewelry is for women. Men hardly have any jewelry except perhaps a wedding ring, of course. Right? Wedding ring that ties you down. Right? And bracelet many a times. Not everyone wears that. No jewelry for men at all.
Very humble. Yes.
Very humble. So, this is a jewelry item for men. Your spouse, your girlfriend will be happy to give this to you. So set up an exclusive jewelry shop for men. That's an innovation. It's nothing great. Nothing great. You can discover things.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to compliment this idea of being innovative. We are all innovators, by the way. Innovation is not something to create new. It is like whatever you have created should add value, should create some value. Of course, this belt icon has already created some value to it. Okay? What you say, sir? Would you like to share some?
Maybe I would like to answer the basics of what is innovation. There's a lot of confusion around typical innovation, entrepreneurship, and business and all. So generally, a lot of people get confused with the word of entrepreneurship and innovation and all, and especially on all types of business. See, typically what happens is that there are two things broadly: known problems and known solutions. Okay? Yeah. So it's known problems and known solutions fall under something called business, a typical business. Known problem and unknown solutions fall under something called entrepreneurship. A lot of people get confused with this. Okay? So, a known problem and known solution, and there is a standard SOP that you will repeat, typically falls under business. Like, for example, since there are so many women here, I'll take one woman example. Like, no woman after marriage wants to stay with their in-laws. Okay? And obviously they want to have their own nuclear family. At one point of time, it became a problem because the land cost is too much. So they are not able, the intentions of getting out of that in-laws place. But somehow they are constrained with cash. They are not able to have their own home. So someone thought, why should we actually construct the houses horizontally? Why don't we stack them up and use the same land, construct the same house for multiple people? That's where the apartment culture came in. So over a period of time, it so happened that the standard SLAs, SOPs have been formed. How much is the area I have to take and how much I have to dig, and basically all that standardization happened. Now, initially when it is innovation, it's an innovative idea to construct houses vertically. But over a period of time, when the SOPs are formed, it gets into a standard business mode. Now, second is the known problem, unknown solution. Something like, for example, cancer is a known problem, unknown solution. AIDS is a known problem, unknown solution. So, whenever you find a solution for something like a known problem, unknown solution, that's where you have too much of an upside to it. Like, for example, imagine that someone finds a drug for cancer today. Look at the upside of it. So, first of all, fundamentally you should understand the difference between these two and preferably choose. But the problem is that solving something which is known problem, unknown solution will happen by taking multiple pivots. Like, for example, if you have a drug discovery, come up with some chemical combination, you would try it on that mouse, rabbits and all, you learn something and again pivot something and you will learn, and actually a lot of multiple times. Sometimes you can find a solution in 3 iterations or sometimes it might be 30 iterations. The challenge comes in, if it somehow takes 33 iterations, how are you going to have that runway, that 33 iterations where you might take in the 6th year, 7th month you might figure out a solution. So, bottom line is, innovation generally it is challenging to the brain and a lot of maza comes out of it in theory, but to innovate continuously, basically you should also balance it out in such a way that sometimes, most of the time, startups are constrained with resources. You don't have too much unlimited cash. So you only have few resources or some money, and sometimes some friends might join you. They might also say that, boss, I have only 6 months or 1 year, or else later my mom is going to kick me, I have to join back my regular academic this thing. So likewise, money-wise, time-wise, resources, you always have a challenge. So there's something called innovation metrics where it falls into 4 categories. Okay. First thing is that when you are not having too much of resources, you should do something like disruptive innovation, where something is not there and you don't have too much, like somehow status quo, you should challenge the status quo and try to do something little disruptive with lesser money and all. Second is incremental innovation. Incremental innovation is like, for example, Hyundai, Toyota and all. They have a fundamental product, but they improvise it. Like earlier it was petrol engine, now it has become EV. In the EV again they have some more. They want to extend the life of the battery. Incremental innovation, though that is typically done by MNCs. The third one is basically falls under category of government, where some category of the problems have to be solved by governments only. Or government can only solve because sometimes it requires unlimited funding. The fourth one is basically something like kings of Dubai and all are supposed to solve. Because they have money, even if they don't have a clear objective, they start encouraging the R&D and all. So when you take an idea, you need to differentiate between which category it belongs to. Since if you are trying to solve a problem which falls into a different quadrant, take it from me, most of the times you will want to fail. Because a lot of people take up problems which are supposed to be solved by a different entity, but you end up owning it. Like for example, it's an incremental innovation that has to be solved by someone, an existing player has to solve. Or else what happens is that most of the time, why this 95% of the companies fail is, you end up taking a problem which is supposed to be solved. It's a problem, but you are not supposed to be solving it. So you have to, or someone naturally will pick it up. But you end up picking the wrong problem in a wrong quadrant. Obviously, you have to pay the price for it.
Well, Mr. Sarath, that gave me another counter question. Again, student expulsion. Are you guys with me? Yes, ma'am. All of you? Yes. Hope none of you sleeping. Daydreaming about your own business. Raise up your hand, all of you. Stand once. A little blood circulation should happen. I don't want my champions to sleep in this vibrating panel discussion. All of you here? Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Please have your seats. I want everybody's attention here. Especially my favorite last benchers there. Are you with me? Yes, please. Cheer up, smile. We're not talking about anything scary. It's just business. No scary, but the business is beautiful. Yes or no? Yes? Say I if you're with me. I. Yes, and then Sarath's matrix of innovation gave me another question. Yeah, that like, known problem, unknown solution. How many of you know government regulatory bodies who govern the companies, the startup? How many of you go through the financial literacy documents? Some of you know that there's a lot of funding available. There's funding. Guys, last 20 days we are running this marathon of teaching you, telling you financial literacy, what fund, where, for your startup. A lot of money is there in the universe, it's just you have to ask right. So that is like known problem. Unknown solution is like you don't know how to use that money. You don't know where to get that money, but you know that there's money available in the universe. Yes or no? There are institutes who can sponsor, who can give you subsidy, who can give you loans for whatever damn business you're going to do next 20 years. Yes or no? Yeah, in that regard, one more question to both of the panelists today. Where do you see the biggest gap? Oh, sorry, I did ask about that. Policy to practice. We just know all policies, but we don't know how to practice it, right? There are several government institutions, initiatives supporting innovation or entrepreneurship. What do students often fail to take advantage of? Despite of having so many institutions with support in the form of incubator, in the form of ecosystem, blah, blah, blah. But then my question is, where do students often fail to take advantage of it? In which stage or phase or reason?
The first requirement is awareness. Are you aware that what Dr. Santosh ma'am asked you? Awareness. Do you know what it really means to be an entrepreneur? I prepared a presentation and I requested the principal ma'am to share it with you. What it takes to be an entrepreneur. Right? This will give you an idea. Financial literacy is important. Environmental literacy is important. Every literacy is important. That's the starting point for your growth. That's the best enabler and equalizer. and Mr. Sarath mentioned about continuous innovation, continuous improvement. There is a Japanese word for this, continuous improvement. Are you aware of that? Kaizen, that's a word, that's a right. Can I just give you this magazine bill? Please come. Kaizen. Yeah. Kaizen means continuous improvement. That's very important. And there is one more equally fascinating Japanese word which means the purpose or mission in life. Ikigai. Who answer? Two of you. Yeah, please go.
Okay.
Ikigai.
Before we hand over that, tell me what is your ikigai?
Ikigai. You should have a mission,
What
purpose
is
in
your
life.
ikigai?
Right of now,
Right now.
I hope to graduate with
Distinction.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Give a big round of applause for she knows how to say.
You should have Ikigai, a purpose or a mission in life. Everybody is born with a purpose. Okay? So please realize that and identify what's your purpose. You have to identify that. You know, many times we fail to identify. I love these two words, especially because both of them contain AI in them. There's AI in Kaizen, there is AI in Ikigai. I'm very passionate about AI. Okay? I just now met two young ladies, Swati and Alankita. There is AI in their names. Right? So, I always look for AI. Other fascinating words that have AI in them are rainbow. There's AI in rainbow, isn't it? I look at brands also and see whether they have AI in them, like Hyundai, Daikin. Okay? And within Hyundai, what is there inside embedded in Hyundai? There is Dunia in Hyundai. The same letters Hyundai make Dunia. So I gave this as the punchline. Now, what do you call the marketing, tagline for Hyundai. Hyundai mein hai dunia. I told them also, if anybody can create a better tagline or punchline for you, I'll give.
But this is a challenge to the students.
Yeah. Come up with a better tagline for different business. Give a tagline for JNTUH.
Yes.
Okay? What is there in University College of Management, Hyderabad? There is much in University College of Hyderabad. MUCH. Much is there. There's so much here. UCMH. What is that? Much is there. What is there in rainbow? I discovered 8 color in
Don't
rainbow.
tell me much.
I discovered 8 color in rainbow. That's also innovation, kind of innovation. What's the 8 color in rainbow? 8 color in rainbow.
AI.
Of course, AI is there, but it's not color. 8 color in rainbow is brown. BROWN. These 5 letters are there in rainbow. I discovered that. 8 color in rainbow. I discovered many things. And Newton discovered gravity. Who discovered gravity before Sir Isaac Newton? Not me, because I'm only 75 years old. Okay? Not older than Newton.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your insights today on that.
Yeah, who discovered gravity before Sir Isaac Newton?
Sir Galileo and Copernicus.
No, they discovered different things. The one who discovered gravity before Sir Isaac Newton is Apple. Okay? Apple discovered it first and Newton learned it from Apple. Isn't it? That's why it is.
Apple doesn't know that it's a yellow.
Yes, it's discovered first. It knew it before Sir Isaac Newton. These are my riddles. Okay? So, Daikin. Daikin में क्या है? दैनिक जीवन में Daikin. This is one more challenge. Can you come up with a better punchline or tagline for Daikin? Daikin is the world's largest air conditioner. उसमें क्या है? दैनिक. Same letters make दैनिक. दैनिक जीवन में Daikin. like that. Come up with creative ideas, make it crazy. Go for out of the box thinking and you can create wonders in the world.
So thank you so much, sir. Now, a few questions for Sarath Babu. As a founder, how do we distinguish between brilliant idea and commercially viable problem?
Yeah. It's a very interesting question, ma'am. See, one thing is that a lot of people, when they get ideas, see, first of all, you should fundamentally remember that the very smart thing to do as a founder of founder of a startup is to preferably fail fast and fail cheap. Okay, so most of the people they don't actually validate their idea. They straight away jumping into the execution on top. So there's something called, have you heard a term called prototyping? Prototyping. Prototyping. You would have heard about prototyping. So I did something interesting today. There's something called prototyping. Okay. What is prototyping is basically once upon a time, at least in IT parallels, we used to have something called a SDLC, software development cycle, called waterfall method. Okay, you take a big product, build it till the end, and take it to the market. By the time it might be 20 months, and you would have earned some 2-3 crores. Someone said, boss, it's waste of money. After building, we are realizing that it might work or it might not be accepted by the customers. So they came up with something called minimum viable product, called MVP. Okay, don't build everything, don't build 100 features, build only those 10 features that are accepted by the customer, and then build, if it is accepted, then you build the rest, burn the cash and money and do. Someone said, boss, this is still costlier. MVP, money, and so then came the prototype. Okay, build only 5 features and try to check your idea now. So then someone said, this file is also, again, it's going to cost us effort, time and money. So why not do something called a prototyping? Okay. So what is prototyping? Without even burning anything and everything, simple, minimal possible effort and time, how can I validate my idea? Okay, let me give some small examples. This is really interesting. There's one guy who was an innovator, came up with something called cute dogs that he is preparing. All his friends and neighbors were encouraging him, boss, it is so fantastic, so cute. Why don't you give an order to the China, okay, and let them ship it from there, and we will put it in warehouses, and we will sell it in Walmart and different Albertsons and different places. So normally people get excited, like a lot of people encouraging you and all. Now you take out your savings and you talk to Chinese manufacturers and you try to do it. Instead, you know what this guy has done? He went and bought a IKEA employee vest, okay, a t-shirt. What he did is, slowly, all his products he has color coded them, red, green, yellow, and different price point he has put, and slowly, unknowingly, shipped it inside IKEA store, and put his products in different places, in different regions and all. And now slowly he came back to the cash counter and started sitting there and watching. Now he knows which color coded product, same doll, he has somewhere put his $10, other place he has put $20, other place he has put $30. Now what he has done, now he has come to the cash counter. Everyone is bringing some color dolls with certain codes. Now the cashier is actually saying, okay, there is no barcode on this and keeping aside. Because obviously they can't build it. But this guy now actually learned without learning anything, which product, first of all, are his products being picked up by customers or not? Second thing is that at what price point are they bringing? Because he has put the color code. So this is is called prototyping, or without spending any money, how you can test the idea. For example, second I'll tell you one more so that you will be able to understand the prototyping now. Because for you, this is most
Take a
important.
follow-up question. You can answer this question along with that example also.
Yeah.
What is one validation exercise you would ask our student to do before spending serious money on such ideas?
Yeah, that's exactly one. The second example, if I say, for example, now you realize that it's hot outside, we wanted to eat ice cream, but later we realize that there is no ice cream shop. Everyone will get an idea. Oh, let's not. Why not put an ice cream shop here? So typically, what you will end up doing is that you will end up taking on commercial space, 6 months to 10 months advance in interiors cost, the freezers, chillers, and the refrigeration you have to buy upfront. Some franchisee costs, all this will turn up somewhere around 25 to 30 lakhs upfront. And after you open the store, then you realize that customers are not walking in, then you will say, okay, let us wait for one more season. By the time 1 year over, then you will realize whether putting an ice cream shop is really good here or not. Generally, that's an idea that you do. But if you are using prototyping mindset, this is how I would like to test this idea. Okay, how would I test it? I will go to a shop. For example, it's costing 25,000 every month. I might say to the owner, sir, I pay you 50,000 per month, but I take it for 2 months. So obviously it is upside to the owner. Okay, I'm getting the double the rent. Why not? So now what I will do is.
So my next question is related to that.
Yeah.
Investment.
Yeah. Let me close. So now what happens is that all I should do is I will only put a wallpapers on the external of the store, but entire inside the store is empty. I will put one table, chair like this, and sit there. Now I wanted to see if people barge in and try to come inside and ask, buy an ice cream or not. Now if too many people are barging in and trying to buy an ice cream, I can say, ma'am, sir, renovation is happening and we are building the infrastructure. Generally, if you wanted to come and order ice cream, what kind of this thing and all, you pass on your general menu that you want to sell. So with this, you might end up wasting 2-3 lakhs. But you have a choice to waste 30 lakhs or 2-3 lakhs and test your idea. Or else what happens is that it's a fantastic idea. There are so many JNTUH students, there are so many men's hostel, women's hostel. The crowd is actually go and do the math. First, think of testing a way with minimal cost. First of all, not so many people get excited with their idea, but you should be the first critic, and you should be the one who is suspecting it, and you should be the one who should be testing it, and of course with lesser cost and time and effort. Ma'am.
So one question. Please be crisp here. Imagine a student who comes to you with as minimum as fund like 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is. And an idea, business idea, but no business experience. What should that student do in the first 30 days?
30 days.
30 days.
Ma'am, there is something called, there are $1 billion in the boring businesses. So generally if you see, do you think Zomato is a great idea? I would say Zomato, Swiggy, Zepto and all, aren't they very boring businesses?
Yummy businesses.
Okay, but do you know Zepto valuation is 60,000 crores?
Yes.
Swiggy is 1 lakh crores valuation and Zomato is 3 lakh crores. But at the end of it, it's very boring. If you really see, generally if you wanted to order something, instead of you getting out and getting it, someone is bringing it to you. So I would suggest, ma'am, if you have 10,000 rupees, there are so many services which are not digitized, which are not productized. So there's something called productizing a service. So some service you take and slowly convert that into product. So even if you have 10,000, 20,000, pick up some idea which you can start with service is a simpler thing for them to do. Try to get a customer.
What habits do you suggest for next 30 days?
So obviously you should be passionate, and discipline is one thing. And second thing is that, to answer the previous question, ma'am, what are the things that people right now are not leveraging, which they have an opportunity. There are a lot of places. For example, I am just taking one example. In IIT Mumbai, they do a fest every year, and students can go and participate. And then and there, if they like it, there is an opportunity to get funding.
Easily.
And that is exclusive for students. It's not for a seasoned entrepreneurs and all. So I would suggest that along with the 10,000 rupees, you have a choice to, in the same place where you are in. Right now, Hyderabad is a decent place. There are a lot of events that happen now. So I would suggest that figure out where all places there is an opportunity to pitch. Especially there will be some kind of investors who wants to invest in an angel round. It's not even so much tested. The third option is now in TUH also you have 3 programs. There is a program called Rubrics, Lab 32 and T-Engine. Rubrics is, I have an idea, but I don't know anything. Then Rubrics will help you. I have some idea, but I built something, but I don't know to scale. Then Lab 32. You can apply for their program called Lab 32. I have some customers, some revenue, but they don't know how to scale. Or I am finding it difficult to scale. That's where you can enroll in the program called T-Engine. So these are the places like in first 30 days. Try to get a customer, try to get into any of these incubations, start participating in different fests and all. Because a lot of universities now are conducting events, and on the spot they are giving funding also if they really like it and they find the clarity and the mission and vision of the founders or students, they are finding.
Thank you, sir. Excellent. Now, with this conversation, what I understood is have discipline and show up. Target your customer, know your customers, and just show up. You should know your quadrant in that innovator matrix, and that's how you have to do. One last question for you, sir. It's like founder reality. Guys, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Not every day Wednesday. Today is a special day because we have these people. We are not going to catch them again and again. So please bear with me and let us make this panel discussion a real one, okay? Last question from the founders' reality perspective. What is one mistake first-time founders repeatedly make because they are excited about the solution but haven't understood their customer?
See, there is something called ICP, my ideal customer persona. Okay, a lot of people doesn't actually draw boundaries around their problem or a solution. Every problem they think that it is actually applicable for everyone and anyone. The other day I actually met one founder trying to come up with new kind of a shoe design for flat foot and all. I asked him, buddy, who is your ICP? He said, anyone with 2 legs. More or less all human beings have 2 legs. So if you put your ICP too broad, then mostly you have to put a boundary and identify that because my problem and solution has to be narrowed down and there should be some focus area. Only to that problem, to those customers, I should be able to build a solution, not for everyone and anyone. If you don't draw that boundary, most of the times you are bound to fail.
One question to both of the panelists. We are now in AI first environment. Agree?
Yes.
That means students can build prototype faster. Students can access information faster. My question is, has AI actually lowered the barrier to entrepreneurship, or has it simply increased the number of ideas competing for attention?
See, as Madam Curie said, nothing needs to be feared. It only needs to be understood. Same is the case with AI. Let's not fear AI. We need to understand AI. It's our friend. It's our buddy. It's our co-pilot. It's our assistant. It's our caddy. Now if you play golf, to help us. AI is our servant. Let's make the best use of it. And please also remember that AI is not some high tech. Actually, if you realize, artificial intelligence begins with art. Have you ever noticed that? First three letters in artificial intelligence stand for art. Okay? If you blend art and science, now it's AI. You come across great opportunities. It was Peter Drucker who said two important things in business. One is innovation, second thing is marketing. Okay? So I have two advisors. Two advisors to make you a successful entrepreneur. One is monetize. Monetize. That's the first message I'm giving to you. Monetize your ideas, monetize everything, monetize your assets. Monetize. Okay? Number two, leverage. Leverage your strengths, your contacts, your knowledge. Leverage. It was Archimedes who said, give me a place to stand, I lift the earth. That's leveraging. I can, why Archimedes? I can also lift the earth by using the right lever. So that's what is leveraging. Leverage your strengths.
Thank you, sir. Any conference perspective to be added here?
Yeah. To answer the question, ma'am, I would say AI has lowered the bar because, see, earlier people used to claim that, or at least a sect of people used to have intelligence and all, and they are the only one actually can come up with ideas and solutions and all. Now, intelligence has been commoditized. Okay, I need not be intelligent. My intelligence is only limited to writing the right prompt. This is the problem I have. Can you please suggest? That's all. Actually, all these AI models are actually throwing a lot of solutions upfront to you. So I would say that it has lowered the bar, and obviously you should leverage that, because again, as I said, you have a choice to try things on your own, fail and learn. But if you start actually relying on your own intelligence and trying to learn everything by doing, you might fail. Instead, leverage the models because it is accessible for every one of us. It will throw and actually the pitfalls or the holes in your model or the idea. It's better to get beaten by the model upfront than you go into the market, spend effort and time, and then fail, which might be a costly affair at a later point of time. I would say, madam, because of AI, the barriers have come now. So a lot of people now